Hilary Duff McGrady told the organization necessary to achieve out to human beings residing in towns and cities. In her at first interviewing with Receive the Work, she told, "This human beings how requirement beautiful the largest, are the ones how include low accessing to he." Mrs. McGrady is now at the steering wheel of the Greatest Mercy in the UK, in a affiliation of more than rather than 5 millionth. On the rocky pathway up to scaffolding, the highest mount in England, she negotiations of her infancy increasing up for the twists in Northern Ireland and creature incapable to delight the nearby scenery since it was individual earth. She is now in accusation of Britain's greatest individual landlord. The domestic confidence owns earth counterpart in amount to Dorset, or 2 times the amount of more Manchester. It as well looks following 300 historical houses and nearly 800 miles of shoreline. The domestic confidence for Scotland is a individual essence. Mrs. McGrady explainable, "I wish to achieve more than human beings, and more than human beings dwell in city areas. The days of walk into one of our nice houses and proverb a household lived there, how's not departure to do it. We requirement to believe on which's pertinent, why would who in the medium of Birmingham say how's exciting? Which is it in Birmingham how they would get more than importance of?" She sees a next wherever the confidence broadens its attitude to preservation by work in some organizations in city areas, such as regional authorities and society groups. It is work in Newcastle Town Justice to enhance how it rest its parks, and as well in Birmingham Town Justice, studying how to save the next of how towns mostly way bads. He's got to be drastic. But quite rather than changing it I wish to add to he, Mrs. McGrady told. Yet, for her, the changing really indicate alienating present members. Ours mandrel supporters are which do the probable, and I'm not departure to miss them, she told. The Mercy surely has profound pockets. Recent year it engendered nearly £600 metre in revenue of affiliation, characteristic and legacies. House in supplement to holdings of £1. It as well has an troop of voluntary, more than rather than 65,000 human beings routinely offer up their period to assist. Recent year on £140 metre was consumable on supporting its earth and properties. Mrs. McGrady has treated for the confidence for 12 year, and jokes how she is the just DG not to include loss to Oxbridge. He's mind she will include a various styling to her forerunner, Lady Helen Gosh, who leftward to be Wizard of Balliol School, Oxford. A recording 24.5 millionth attended the domestic confidence's pay for entry properties recent year, but in spite it's popular, it has as well florid critique. Recent Easter, the main secretary told it was completely absurd how the domestic confidence omitted the speech Easter of its yearly Easter egg search. It was as well charged of creature love a mob by ex-formation Secretariat Lord Patten, following it purchased cultivated land in the pond area for so above the marketplace cost, ago how break it off of its old rural house. Mrs. McGrady recognized how the confidence had done mistakes but told it had as well scientific training session. This fact is, in 5 millionth members and 200 millionth human beings upcoming to our properties, someone sometime is potential to be irritated in us. I rather love how, I love the discussion. If human beings are not ardent on the confidence later he's a sad date, she told. Yet, environmentalist Alexander Sediment, a lecturer at Manchester Metropolitan College, view the formidable peaks and valleys of the pond area as desert, and deprived of poultry lifetime. He told, I believe it is an ecological criminality. We requirement to see at it as a injured scenery. It has been modified above millennia by lot of various forces, and we are not producing it rebound behind to the breathtaking living nature-filled region it could constitute. Mr. Sediment has treated for year in the Brazilian and Peruvian Amazon. Lamb moors or grumble shooting estates are fair love eucalyptus tree and bovine greenery. They are similar. Down there has been a enormous sum of brainwashing above 100 year, compelling human beings how the is which scenery looks love, he told. Yet see it everywhere else in the planet, the is a criminality versus environment. the domestic confidence has helping to tire stamp the site as to how we should see the rural area. Mrs. McGrady answered, I believe all wants to do certainly how environment can flourish and pull through. But it is on how overall land, how can you do it along? Down there isn't a portion of Britain how hasn't been profiled by person. How will go on, agriculture will go on, so how do we do how in a way how doesn't damage environment, how can indicate how agriculture in everything form or shape can go on.